Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our WNL Premier Series Season 3 Finals here at Motus Ninjas and Lee's Summit, Missouri. Every year, Premier Series brings the best of the best ninjas from around the world together to battle it out on a grueling course, and this weekend has been nothing different thanks to the incredible team of designers at Motus, led by Donovan Matoyer, the classy ninja himself. I'm Megan Budaway. I'm joined today by Travis Rosen. Travis, how you feeling this afternoon?
I'm so excited, Megan. This weekend has been incredible so far, and I know it's only getting better with this teen female division. We've seen so many incredible ninja performances all weekend long, and we have some powerhouse young ladies ready to throw down on this course. It's going to be so exciting.
We do. It has, though, been a brutal weekend for our female courses. You know, we haven't seen any female clears on our challenge course yet this weekend. I'm hoping we're going to get one of those from our teams.
Yeah, I think, Megan, now don't quote me, but I think we might see that streak broken with this teen female division. We have seen some of these ladies put in such phenomenal performances all season long, and today this is the finals, what they've been training for the last several months, and you know they want to finish on a high note. So I think we're going to see some buzzers be hit.
Absolutely. For those of you guys watching at home, we're going to give you just a little information on how our athletes qualified and what they have to do out here at the finals. So the top 14 females from one of the 15 Premier Series qualifiers around the globe qualified, and they are going to be competing here at Motus for that title of the Season 3 champion. These athletes are going to have the opportunity here. They're going to be running 2 different courses today, all designed by the Motus team headed by Donovan. They're going to have a speed course or a placement course. That's like our flow format. You fall one time on that 1 minute course and your run is over. But then you're also going to get to run a challenge course. You have 2 retries, basically 2 lives across that whole course, but only 1 retry per obstacle out there. The good news is the placement course, that quick one, is only a placement course. The only thing that is going to happen for those athletes is just going to seed them for their run order in the challenge course. It does not count anything towards their final run, their final placement. And the challenge course is going to be the one that determines who becomes champion. So the better you do on placement, the later you run on challenge. And then the top athlete will be determined by who gets that first place, who goes furthest, the fastest. And they will be our World Ninja League Premier Series Finals Season 3 Teen Female Champion.
Yeah, definitely. I love the format, Megan, because like you said, this first round, this placement round, it's all about getting a better run order for the challenge course win. That's where it counts. You know, you want to go later in the run order so you can watch the athletes go before you, see what works, what doesn't work. Sometimes you strategize and you think, I want to go through this obstacle like this, but then you see other athletes do it and they fall. And so it gives you the opportunity to maybe tweak or make adjustments. So super helpful. But like you said, that placement round, if you fall early or whatever, your day is not over. You just won't have as good of a run order for the challenge course. But all season, we've seen it happen where somebody falls early in the placement course and then they have one of those early run spots for the challenge course and absolutely crush it and maybe win, maybe get top 3. So it doesn't matter. Anything can happen, and super excited to see how these ladies do today.
Yeah, we saw actually our amateur female, our winner, Faith. She fell pretty early, was one, I think maybe in the first 4 runners on the challenge course, and she was able to hold that top spot for the rest of the day. So anything can happen, but I think we're going to see our demo runner here. These ladies are going to have 6 obstacles total on this placement course. The crazy thing about this placement course that you're going to see, though, is that they are basically in the air from the start until they dismount right before the warped wall.
Yeah, it's super fast course, but like you said, totally grip and finger intensive. But Oh, it's so fun. These placement courses are all about speed. So if you're really going for that top time, you cannot waste any time whatsoever. Otherwise, it might be the difference in like 5 places or more. So gonna be really quick and fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. As you guys can see here at home, there's a lot of like obstacles by themselves, fidget spinners, spinning discs, everything like that are not too bad. But when you put them back to back to back and you have your body rotating one way, throwing a different way, your hips are going all different directions, it's definitely hard to have a clean run on this placement course.
Yeah, definitely. And where these athletes are going to really pick up time is if they can link some of these obstacles or not. And again, linking, for those who are watching who might not be aware of some of the terminology, basically it's just being able to go one movement right into the next without extra swings and things like that, because those extra swings can really eat up the clock. So if they can do that, they stand a chance to have a really fast, if not the first place, course run.
Yeah. We always tell our kids at Jump Twist, every backswing is roughly 2 seconds on your time. So we're going to have the first runner out here. Heather Sweeney is going to be attacking this placement course. Great turnaround. Really good use of her backswing there. Going to reach out, see if she goes right away. Not quite. But I feel like the distances on these, Travis, are just like far enough to like you can throw the link, but you really have to commit to it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's where these athletes have to know their skill set and really what kind of risk reward they're willing to go for. Like, do we want to go for the little bit riskier move to save a couple seconds, or go a little more cautious and make sure I don't fall?
Exactly. Because, if you fall early, you are going to run early with those risks, but you also want to get to that buzzer so that you have a good time. And it looks like Heather here, she's got to line her swing. Oh, and just throws a little short. That one is very tricky with the off angles on those fidget spinners.
Yeah, off angles, and they're actually kind of deceptively far apart. It doesn't really look like they're that far, but they really are. You're going to need to get a really big swing. You even saw her almost go on one of those swings and then thought better of it and took a couple more swings, but still didn't have quite enough distance. So that's going to be a tricky one.
Yeah. Oh, also, forgot to mention the speed run. These are determined by how these ladies placed in their respective qualifier as well. So those that place first in their respective qualifier are actually going to be running later on the placement course as well.
Right? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard going early too.
Mm-hmm.
All these athletes, you get that demo runner, but once the competition actually begins and you've got legit athletes who are in this round, it's such a different thing. The pressure, the focus, everything. So for these ladies going first right now, it's so tricky because they haven't seen anyone else actually compete it. So it's pretty hard.
Heather is about 8 seconds faster than our first runner here. She's trying to line her hips up. If you throw too far past that second fidget, it kind of overcorrects your swing, but she does a really good job. That last backswing, you can see that she puts her hips diagonally away from where she's trying to go. She's got 8 seconds here. Let's see if we can at least get this slider point.
She's so close.
She's got it. Come on. And she gets it right before her time runs out. Wow, good job.
Yeah, that was great. Even though she was not quite all the way to hitting that buzzer, she got so close. It just goes to show this is a tough course for the time limit. Really, those extra swings are brutal, but a lot of times they need them to get their bodies lined up like you were talking about. So it's going to be really tricky to even just get through this course without timing out.
I think so too. He's got to have the perfect spinner technique. We're seeing a lot of the ladies go for a wide grab on those spinners. I think the fastest way is actually going to be committing to going on the outside. Now we're going to see Lucy here from Midwest Warrior Academy. She is 13 years old. She qualified at Motus, so she's competed here before. Nice. All right, goes for a little swing here. Gonna reach out. Let's see if she can set herself what angle she decides to go on these spinning discs. Goes for the wide approach. The only issue is that you really have to fight hard, as you can see there, to stop your body from spinning out with that approach.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing so far from Lucy, though. She has a nice, calm approach. Probably needs to go a little more aggressively because of it. You see that time clicking
Mm-hmm.
down right there, but she's still looking good. But yeah, I think she's gonna definitely time out.
I think so. I feel like for this obstacle here, the fastest, because I think you're going to have to take a backswing on that middle fidget spinner. I think it's going to be really, really hard to link through all three. But if you can jump link the first one to the second one, take one backswing and go, I think that's going to be the fastest way we can see somebody getting through that obstacle.
Yeah, what I love to see is we have an obstacle that seems to trip people up quite a bit, and then you have a ninja athlete who comes out and completely does this new technique, new beta, and it just kind of blows the door open, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's such a better way to do it. Maybe it's a really big move or just a different type of technique no one had thought of. So we'll see if somebody comes out with that type of thing.
I'm hoping so. We got Kennedy now from Maximum Effort Training Studio. She's 14 years old. She placed 4th place at Rock City Ninja earlier this year. And she is moving through. I thought she was going to link off that second flywheel. Her hips were set so good for it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that some of them, they're probably expecting to do that, but then, they get there in the moment and it's like, whoa, this is a little different. Nice! That was great.
There it is. That was exactly what I was talking about. Linking the first one backswing on the second one, but now her hips are a little wonky for this cliffhanger throw.
Oh, no! Oh, my goodness.
Slip.
She was looking so good, so strong, and the technique she had on so many of those obstacles was spot on, and she just slipped right there. Oh, my goodness. She would have totally hit the buzzer.
Absolutely. That was really good. The spinner technique, I'm telling you, the fastest time we're going to see is going to be able to link, I think, that whole line, starting from the trapeze all the way through the flywheels and the spinners. All right, we got Allison up now. Allison's from Ninja Mania. She is 14 years old. You guys might hear a different countdown going on at the same time. We do have the amateur male course going on. So if you hear another Ninja Works timer, just know there's multiple things happening.
Well, yeah, these obstacles are hard enough in and of themselves. You've got the pressure that adds a mental challenge, but during this competition, you've got the male division going too. Whoa, big save right there. So that's just a whole nother challenge that they have to overcome. Just seeing another athlete running not far away from them.
Really smooth on that fidget technique, reaching out. I don't know that I've ever seen a cliffhanger slider before, much less in a speed course.
Yeah, I know. That was such great creativity. Great buzzer hit right there from Allison Bond, our first female finisher for this placement course.
Absolutely. All right, the gate is open now, Travis. We have one finisher. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of those down the line.
I think so too. Once that happens, it really helps everybody else from a confidence standpoint, because mentally they realize, okay, this is totally doable. I can do it just as fast as that person, if not faster. So it really helps give confidence. So we'll see if Reagan Shepard right now can build on that.
Yeah, she qualified earlier this season. She got 3rd place at Rock City Ninja, and she is 13 years old. Great reach out. Nice. Oh, reaches from the last flywheel over to the trapeze. Really good use of her length here.
Yeah, definitely.
Off angle. I was going to say she's kicking front and back a little bit. Now she's going to go for that wide approach, but she's got to really control her shoulders. Wow.
Yeah, another close call on that dismount. That's getting me a little scared here with how they're coming up some of these.
But they know they only have 1 minute to get through this, so they're just going to have to move as fast as they can, get to the corner of that cliffhanger. She has the time, but she's going to have to go.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so close. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, her top out is 2, 1. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
59 seconds even. That's about as close as you can get.
Yeah, huge congratulations there to Reagan. I didn't think she was going to pull it out there, but she did. 1 second left. It doesn't get much tighter than that. Great effort all to the very end.
Those are always, the buzzer beaters are just so exciting, you know? And it comes down to your warp wall technique in this. How fast can you top out and hit that buzzer?
Exactly.
We got Sophie Starr. She is 13 years old. She qualified earlier this season at Ascend. She was 3rd place. She's looking really nice.
Oh,
yeah, keeping her momentum going. Goes for that wide approach, but she's really smooth to stop the disc from spinning there.
Yeah, I like the precision and the aggressiveness that we're seeing from Sophie Starr right now. She really isn't wasting a lot of time. Oh, she's getting a little caught up right here, though.
Oh, yeah. But she's still, that's not her countdown that you hear. She still has plenty of time. She got 20 seconds on the clock. If she can angle her hips the right way here. Getting, oh, see, that throw, there's just a little diagonal. You got to really control the direction that you're kicking. And we might have another close call here.
Oh, it's going to be so close. Oh, my gosh. I don't know if she can get it.
Come on, Sophie. Oh, another buzzer beater, 58 seconds.
Wow, well, good job to Sophie. She definitely got a little stuck there, but she did not back away. She kept fighting to the very end and hit that buzzer. And just like you said, we're starting to see a lot of buzzers be hit, Megan.
Yeah, we are. It's coming down to those last couple seconds. You know, every backswing, every movement matters in this course. And we're going to have Hannah now taking on that placement course. She's from Midwest Warrior Academy, 14 years old, also qualified at Motus. So she's been here before.
Yeah, that's definitely helpful too. You know, you have some athletes obviously who train at the host gym, but for those athletes who qualified,
Oh, I respect the technique, though.
Yeah, that was like off the charts aggressiveness, and I loved it. Just obviously came up a little short and took a big fall. Thankfully, Motus, totally safety focused, have big mats, a lot of safety equipment.
Yeah, they do.
I know Hannah was wanting a better run than that, but like we've said, this is just that seeding round. So she'll have most likely an earlier run order in the challenge round, but that does not mean she can't come out and just demolish that course and place really well.
Exactly. I respect, though, the links that she was trying to throw going around the outside using that spinner technique. She was just a little too short on that second one, but I do think that's going to be the fastest way to get through those spinners.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'd love to see if somebody can actually pull it off flawlessly, because that's just like beauty in action when you get that type of movement.
All right, we got Maya up next. 14 years old. She qualified actually up in Canada. Looks like she's from Canada too. One of our international athletes here from Fit Set is where she qualified. She got second place in her qualifier. I would love to see even more of our international competitors. I know it's probably a hard trip for them to get over here, though.
Yeah, definitely. You know that obviously Ninja is blowing up all around the world, and even some of the qualifiers for this season have been in international locations. But yeah, it is a hard thing to travel.
Great link for the dismount there. Yeah, we had them, in Australia, UK, France. We had them everywhere. Good send out. But now you can see her legs are kind of going the opposite direction she wants to go, so she's going to have to take a second and correct that swing. And she's got to go. She's running out of time. Whoa! A little too far out to the side there.
Yeah, she obviously got a little off-centered there. It looked like she was perfect on the swing before, but maybe it wasn't big enough in her mind to be able to go for it and reach that next fidget spinner. Oh,
yeah,
that was close.
A little bit off. That one, they're far enough away to, if you don't go at that exact right timing, your body's going to start twisting in the opposite way. And that's what we saw there. But we're going to see Maya again later on challenge. We got Claire stepping up from Ultimate Ninjas. on the elite team. She's 14 years old, and she qualified at Ninja U earlier this season.
What I always love watching, Megan, is after you get, wow, big move right there.
That was
When
good.
you get more competitors going, obviously everybody's getting a chance to watch more and more performances. So typically people get a little bit more locked in on the exact strategy that not only is going to work for them, but work for ultimate success. And
Yeah,
right
look at
now, Claire's
that.
looking beautiful.
Yeah, it looks to me like she's really mapped out every movement on this course, knows how to set her lower body up to successfully move to the next obstacle. She has so much time left on the clock now, getting up to that buzzer, and that's going to put her in second place.
Yeah, that was an incredible job. She really looked like it wasn't that hard out there. She really had quite a mastery on every single obstacle. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, very good. She just looked like really in control of her body movement, which I think ultimately on this placement course, you need really good awareness of how your body moves, your lower body versus your upper body.
Definitely.
And yeah, we've got our last 12 runners on our placement course here. We love to see a big turnout from our teen females. We've got Elliot up next. Got second place earlier this season at Motus. She's explosive out of the gate. Ooh, she tries to reach her very first reach there, but now she's got to build her swing back up. It looks like maybe her plan might have just been thrown off a little bit, but she's making up some time here, sending some links through those flywheels.
Oh, she
build her swing up. She
kind
wanted
of looked
that.
like, yeah, she thought about it, but then thought better of it.
Oh, but now she's spinning out a little bit on the second ones. This course has a lot of commitment to it.
Yeah, definitely. You kind of have to just say, I'm going for it, and hope that you can make it.
Woo. Got 12 seconds here. She's got the time. She's got to move, though. Elliot, slide that cliffhanger and get out of there.
She's close. She's so close. Come on.
Oh, no! She got it. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. 9
15.
tenths of a second.
About the closest I think we're going to see. We keep saying that, and it keeps surprising us.
Or no, that was 9 100ths of a second, wasn't it? Whatever. I don't think it gets any closer than that.
Nope. She got that buzzer, though. Man,
Good job.
that warped wall top off really counts. We drill that a lot with our kids, just running up and diving to the buzzer as fast as possible. All right, we got Grace. Grace qualified earlier this season at Dexterity Depot. She's out of Vertex Labs Academy. I got the chance to hang out with Grace in Vegas at filming this year. She's a very, very strong athlete.
Yeah, definitely. She showed that earlier this season for sure. Obviously, there's a reason why she is here today. I think it's kind of funny. I see a lot of athletes, when they make that first turn from the spinning disc, a lot of them still hold on to it, trying to get a pullback on it, but it backfires a bit because it starts spinning on them. So I'm kind of curious to see if people stop using that technique here in a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like she's just a little caught up here. The hardest part when you start spinning out on that disc, you know, your hips are going one way, you're trying to stop it with your shoulders, it's just having the control. Grace is getting a little caught up, trying to get that right exact circle there. Woo, way to hold on.
Yeah, that was by the fingertips.
Oh, no, she's kicking the wrong way. I think she's got to go right now, but her time is up on this placement course. That's going to do it for Grace.
And again, that just shows how challenging this course is, because Grace and several other females who have not made it through, they are really, really good and proved that earlier this season. But this course is very fast, very tricky, very technical, and even the best can get caught up on this.
Yeah, I mean, every obstacle on its own I really don't think is that bad, but put them together, make you round the corner in the process. Makes it a little harder, but we're going to see Kinley now from Syracuse Ninja Barracks. She qualified at Rock City Ninja this season. Got second place at her qualifier, and she is moving through this course.
Oh, she is flying. She did that almost flawlessly. Every single link, every transition. That was beautiful.
Let's see, is she going to go right away? Wow!
Oh, yeah.
That she is linking through every piece of this course, and she has over 30 seconds left coming off of that cliffhanger slider.
Oh, my goodness. Kinley Jenkins, she just put on a clinic of, hey, this is how you crush a ninja course. That was almost flawless.
Wow. So now I'm wondering, that was 31 seconds from Kinley. Do you think we're going to see a sub 30 clear on this course?
I mean, you know, when I see somebody do such a good and fast performance like that, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way somebody can go faster, but I always get proven wrong. So I do. I think we're going to see a sub 30. I'm just not sure who's going to do it.
We still have 9 girls left to compete that can give us that sub 30 time. But, you know, her performance was just so flawless. We're going to see now if Ellie can attack this course. She also qualified at Motus. She got first place at Motus earlier this year, and if anybody watched that course, that was no joke. They had a very hard course, even for their qualifier.
Yeah, some of the courses this season have been so tricky, especially the challenge courses. You know, we sometimes throw around the word diabolical a little much, but they truly have been diabolical. So hard.
Oh, she almost linked through the spinners all the way. Readjust on that last one. Super smart. I love that jump link right there. I really think that's the best way, just to go right away and not have to fight that sideways throw on that first fidget.
Definitely, and it saves so much time too.
She's got to line it up now, looking for that cliffhanger right there. Great job. Down that cliffhanger slider. 10 seconds left on the clock, keeping her toes up in front of her. And we've got another clear at 56 seconds.
Yeah, Ellie did a really good job. From a time standpoint, obviously she got a little stuck on a few of the different obstacles, had to take extra swings, get her body in the right angle and all that, but still hit that buzzer, clear the course. Great job to Ellie.
All right. We've got Drawer up next, stepping up. She's 13. She got first place at War Adventure Lion. Is that one of our overseas competitions? Yeah, she's from Israel. Look at that. We got another competitor outside of the United States made their way all the way over to compete. We love to see it.
Yeah, definitely impressive making the trip. Oh,
wow.
Beautiful link. Oh, no!
She was looking so smooth out there, too.
Oh, my goodness. She, looked totally in control and then just undershot that dismount by a fraction. Oh, no.
Oh, man. That, I think we have not seen all that Drawer is capable of just on that quick placement course. I'm excited to watch her run the challenge course later.
Yeah, unfortunately, when somebody falls, you feel bad for them. But what I love to see, especially for the strong competitors, is how they respond. When they go down early in the placement course, do they let it get to them, or do they get even more fired up and then just really crush the challenge course?
Absolutely. And it looks like we have another one of our international competitors. We've got Rory here from Canada, qualified at Fit Set Ninja. And she's great long wingspan here to reach out and monkey bar through everything. I love that how she set her hips back.
Whoa!
Oh, she wanted that.
I thought she was about to slip off because it was such a last minute decision to not go.
Yep, but now we can see when you don't make that commitment, it throws your whole plan off, because now she is stuck spinning on this disc. Oh, her hips. That's the hardest part right there. Your hips continue to swing, but she makes the throw, gets the point.
Yeah, that was a great correction. That was a really tricky spot to be in. Oh my gosh, another one by the fingertips.
Oh my goodness, I'm worried we're gonna see one of these ladies fly into the crowd.
Oh my gosh.
Great way to fight Rory on that spinning disc. She didn't give up. She fought the whole time knowing that she had to get to that platform and get the point. Yeah, great job.
Wow, so just like that, we only have 6 females left, and there's still some really strong competitors left. So I don't know, only 6 left. That's sub 30. Man, I don't know, maybe it won't happen. We'll see though.
They've been all flying through. This has gone so fast. We got Sayla up now from Jungle Gym. Some amazing athletes and coaches down there at that gym. She got first place at our qualifier earlier this season at Jump Twist, and she's another speedy athlete for sure. You can see it right now.
Oh no!
I think she knew she had to go for that, Travis.
Yeah, when she got to that first spinning disc, I was like, I think she's going for it, but you could tell that her body was not quite in the right spot. And she also, she was maybe locked off a little too much. I'm not sure with those arms, and yeah, just did not have the distance, but she definitely was committed, so I give her applause for that.
If you're going to go for that approach on those spinning discs, you really have to throw like past that first disc instead of to it. And I think that's a tough technique, but we got Caroline up now. She placed first place at Ninja U this season, and she is already cruising out of the gate on this course. Sets her hips back. Great links here. Let's see her approach on our spinning disc. Pulls to the side, looking to go around.
Oh!
Very smooth! Nice, Caroline.
Yeah, again, it was a little more close than I would like, but yeah, she made it, and she's looking good.
Yeah, she just looks really calm and in control in this course right now. She's getting off that slider. Plenty of time left on the clock, up and over, and that's going to put her in second place.
What always amazes me, I feel like all weekend we see these course clears that while you're watching them, they're looking good, but not necessarily making you feel like they're flying.
Yeah.
And then they come up with this time that just blows most others away. And just like that, Carolyn, she looked good, but I didn't think she was going that fast. But look, I mean, she's second place. That was amazing.
Yeah, she was just so smooth. All right, our last couple, we got Maya up now. She's from Ultimate Ninja St. Louis. She got first place at our Arc Ninja qualifier. Gonna reach out. Ooh, see, she pulled back a little diagonally, so she's gonna have to take an extra swing here. But she's linking her way through. Let's see our approach. Looks like she's gonna go right to it.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh!
That was crazy.
I'm telling you, I thought she was going to throw like straight to it for a wide approach. I did not think she was going to go around it like that. She was close though.
Well, honestly, I thought she was going to change her mind at the last second, but then next thing I know, she was flying through the air, and she just couldn't come up with that grab. But yeah, definitely aggressive. That is for sure.
Absolutely, she went for it. We're down to our last 3 runners. Travis, we got Riley Bishop up next. Riley qualified at Empire Ninja in that first place spot. Let's see what she got. Almost reaches out to that flywheel right away, but gets a really good backswing, pulls her hips straight back, is able to link through. Takes one extra swing here, going around the outside.
Oh,
Very smooth.
That was incredible. I love what Riley is doing right now. She is so aggressive and so spot on in almost every movement. This is how you do it.
Wow, great pull through. It seems like even if she's not set exactly how she wants, she's able to, muscle and pull her way the direction she wants to go. And that's going to be a second place finish for Riley.
Yeah, that was so impressive. And what I love too, Riley is one of the shorter female competitors today, but she did not let that stop her at all. She was so aggressive, perhaps even the most aggressive we've seen today, even though she didn't get first place, but that was really, really good stuff from Riley.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, our last couple, we've got Savannah. Savannah's out of Ninja Lair out in Vegas. Got second place at Rise, and this girl, I have watched her compete a lot, an OCR athlete. You can see now she is very smooth with her motions.
Yeah, definitely. I've been so excited to watch Savannah.
All I thought she was gonna go for that there. I know at Ninja Lair they do a lot of techniques like this, like the spinner. So we're gonna see Savannah, you know, feeling right at home, comfortable. She looks very in control.
Yeah, definitely in control. And she's had a couple extra swings, but still has so much time left.
Wow, yeah, 36 seconds, third place run for Savannah. I think if she would have been able to link off of those spinners, that we might have seen a first place run.
Yeah, I think you're right, Megan. That was so good. And now it comes down to our last female runner, Riley Hunt. And I want to say, out of all the competitors, I think I've been most excited to watch Riley because she absolutely demolished her qualifier earlier this season, and she is no slouch.
You can see right out of the gate, she is moving. She got third place at Empire. Oh no! Well, you know, she knew what she had to do, Travis. She knew she had to go for that top time if she wanted to run last in the challenge course. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that's going to make her first in our challenge course.
Wow, that was so unexpected for everyone, I'm sure, including Riley.
Yeah.
I think she definitely had what it took to get potentially the fastest time, but we see that happen sometimes. And so even just like what I was saying a little bit ago, she's going to have quite the challenge, especially because, like you said, she is probably going to be first. But she is so good and so strong. She could still, even as the first runner, come out on that challenge course and podium.
And what a cool story that would make too. You know, you're trying to send it, give it your all, have an early fall, and then come back and win the whole thing. That would be a great story to tell. But we are going to take a short break as we send our teen females over to their challenge course. Right now, over on the other live stream, you can see the amateur males are finishing up challenge, and we will be right back with you guys with more action.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, Rock Climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, Rock Climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Teen Female live stream here at the Premier Series Season 3 Championships. Our ladies just ran their placement course, their speed course, one fall, and you're done. And now we have seated our run order, and we are ready to take on our challenge course. Are you ready to watch this, Travis?
I'm so ready. That was such an incredible first round. That placement course, so quick, so impressive. We saw some super fast runs. We also saw some real unexpected falls from some of the powerhouses. So I'm really excited to see what these female ninjas put together in this challenge course, Megan.
Yeah, they've got a lot of obstacles ahead of them, though, in order to get to that buzzer. We want to see a female clear this course. We have not seen one yet this weekend. They've got 13 challenging, arguably one of the most challenged courses I have seen, not just a Premier Series, but in the WNL in general, that these ladies are going to have to fight through.
Yeah, it's definitely really hard. I mean, anytime you have one of these challenge courses, it's so different because it's a lot longer course, very grueling, very taxing. They always test pretty much every facet of ninja training. And, you and I were talking off mic about how these courses a lot of times are diabolical. And this one truly is diabolical. It is so difficult because not only does it take a tremendous amount of upper body strength and muscular endurance, but technique that's just off the charts, especially towards the very end of this course.
Absolutely. And they have 3 minutes and 30 seconds on this course. And just as a reminder, this is our challenge course format. So essentially, these ladies are going to get some retries. They get 2 lives on this course, 2 retries total, 1 retry per obstacle. And we are going to see our demo run happening right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how the demo goes because it's a really hard course when some of the demo runners have problems. So we'll see.
Or when they have to put multiple demoers. It looks like they replaced that bowl off of that first obstacle. There's now a cannonball there for the ladies. Then they're going to throw out. We've got the hourglass here. If you notice, once they shimmy their way to the end, there's actually a bar between the 2 unstable bridges now to allow them to, they can't skip anymore. They have to use that trampoline now. Let's see, they're going to run across the Great Wall. They're going to have to lâcher up to this cane. And then this has proven very tricky here, Travis, being able to line up this ring exactly where you want it to go. It's a long strap and the cane is up a lot higher. See?
Yeah. I know. They're right. That's where the demo runner didn't quite get the dismount. And, they've practiced these. They've played around on these. So, it's going to be tough for these teen females.
Prism tilt is another one. It's an obstacle. I don't think a lot of our athletes have ever practiced a movement like that. But now we're going to move on over. This is the Northwest Passage, a very famous obstacle from Ninja Warrior. Those handles at the beginning, you have to have weight on them in order for them to stay in the slots. And now we have nunchucks at the end of this crazy climb up.
Yeah, their grip strength, Megan, is going to be so tested throughout the duration of this course. Because again, a lot of times we see obstacles that maybe by themselves, sure, people can do them, but you put all of these together knowing that your strength is wearing down, it is such a difficult task.
Yeah, we just saw obstacle 7 and 8 there. Those Japanese characters, if you guys don't know at home, Donovan Matoya are one of the biggest fans I think I've ever seen of Sasuke. Those 2, 7 and 8, roughly translate to "you're welcome," and that's good. Just 2 kind of gimme obstacles that Donovan gave us in the middle of a brutal course. And then we just saw Brandon's favorite with a swinging mousetrap. We've seen the mousetrap at WNL Worlds last season, but now you add a little drop to it, makes it way harder.
Yeah, this is a really tricky one. And for the Japanese nerds out there, I did study that and live in Japan. So if you want to know, obstacle 7 is titled Doitashimashite and 8 is Yokatta. So there you go.
Oh, was I right about the translations though?
Yes. Oh no.
Yay! I didn't know you lived in Japan. That's awesome.
Yeah, so actually when I got to go back and be part of Sasuke, which again, to the uninitiated, That's basically where American Ninja Warrior got its roots from. When I got to go back there back in season 3 of A&W, it was a huge, huge treat. So fun.
That's awesome. I guess you just stuck with it. So far, that obstacle we just saw, Black Diamond, we actually have not had a single female this entire weekend clear that course, that part of the course specifically. So after that Black Diamond, we've got the Book of Kevin here. They used only the green parts of this obstacle to get their way through. And finally, the Rolling Salmon Ladder. This was in my course in season 14 of Ninja Warrior. We're gonna have Donovan do it now. This is my obstacle 5, but for those of you that watch Ninja Warrior, you know that me and balance obstacles don't do well, so I never made it to this obstacle.
Yeah, again, though, to have this as the last obstacle.
Oh! Donovan, no!
So, okay, this is what's going through the minds of our competitors right now. You know, you're nervous. This is the competition or the course that counts. This is the one that you place, you know, whether you win, you get podium, all that stuff. To see the testers going down, it doesn't help your confidence. I've been there. You've probably been there, Megan, where you're about to go. You see a course demo runner showing you how it's supposed to be done, and they can't do it. And you're like, how am I supposed to do this now? So that's going to be yet another one of these mental obstacles that these young ladies are going to have to get over. But again, they're here for a reason, so I think they're up for the challenge.
I think so too. We also got to keep in mind, you know, watching Donovan do that last obstacle, that he has been putting hours upon hours into this weekend through the course design, the course setup. He's reffed every single challenge course run. So you got to know he's got to be exhausted at this point.
Yeah, definitely. But these girls really do have such a challenge before them, because there are a couple gimme obstacles, like you said, but most of these require such either strength and aggressiveness or precision or a combination of all of that stuff. And it's almost like every obstacle is like that. So with the exception of just a couple, they really have to be on their A game from the get-go. So I'm really excited. And again, even that Black Diamond obstacle, you said no female has yet to pass that. That not only does it require such precision and it's so technical, but it takes a lot of courage too, because jumping out with that bar on this kind of unknown slider track that goes into another air element, it really takes a lot of courage. So there's mental obstacles, there's, you know, these technical elements, the strength, endurance. This is going to be good.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch. You know, we also have this challenge course format, so it's a love-hate relationship with the challenge course. You get those retries, you get those lives, but, you know, having to take those retries, maybe early retries, it eats away at your time limit. It eats away at your grip endurance. So, you know, these ladies have a lot to plan for, and they're really going to be put to the test to prove who our champion is for Season 3 of the Premier Series.
Definitely. And you talk about being put to the test. Our first runner right here, I'm so excited. Riley Hunt, she is so good, but had a super unexpected fall really early in the placement course. But she is so strong. She really could be in contention to win this thing. So being first up, we'll see how she does.
Yeah, you know, she's got the pressure of being the first one here today. She doesn't want to make any mistakes. She's got a lot of girls coming behind her. But also she has, you know, the moment here where she can put that early lead out. And, you know, a lot of the girls are going to be watching her for beta on this course, though, because she is a very strong competitor.
Definitely. And when you see somebody early on crush the course, put up a good time, it can help your confidence, but it can also put some pressure on you, because it's like, oh, I've got to do it even faster or better than that. So
let's see what she's going for here. Oh, interesting. So those pillars are on. So Riley, instead of going up to the cane and the ring, shows some beta right away, and it makes that obstacle a lot easier.
Yeah, that was really impressive. Super creative too. I love that.
I saw hands over the side there, but I guess that's okay. And we're gonna see, you gotta really push off the top of this. It's a tricky move, and shove those toes into the rollers, and Riley's got it. Now she's gonna make her way down the other side. Big jump here. Good job.
Yeah, I love the throwback Sasuke obstacles too. That rolling heel descent used to be old school obstacle there in Japan. And, you know, even talking about being that first competitor up, I know I've talked about it at different points of the season, but when I got to compete at Sasuke that time, very first runner up, crushed it. And, you know, that's the real deal over there in Japan. And so to be the first runner up and hit the buzzer, it was such a huge thing to witness.
We could see it here from Riley. She's clean all the way up to this point, getting through our obstacle 7 and obstacle 8. She's got 1:15 on the clock, so we're going to see her get really deep in this course.
Yeah, and I haven't even talked about the clock aspect. You know, this is such a hard course, and yet all the while you've got that clock ticking down, and, you know, you can't take too many breaks, even though your muscles want it. So let's see if her stamina holds up.
Let's see it. It says in her bio over here that her motto in Ninja is "Don't think, just go." And honestly, she's putting a showcase of that here. I think a lot of us, we overthink the obstacles. I know I do personally, and I love that. She's just, don't think too much about it. Trust your power, your strength, and she's really showing us that already on obstacle 10 here.
Yeah, and at this point, just for those watching, you know, her grip strength, her fingers, her forearms, she's got to be feeling it. Her shoulders, and yet she has arguably the most difficult part of the course left in front of her still.
Yeah, with the bar tech at the end. Oh man, that's a very difficult move. It's super wide for some of our ladies. It's like over shoulder length, and then as it drops, you got to make sure your hands don't slide down those poles. When you're, like you just said, you're already feeling it at this point in your grip.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of those obstacles that, you know, fresh, sure, most of these girls probably could do it, but the 10th or whatever obstacle, oh no. Oh, that was a great first run up from Riley. I think she definitely got redemption from her placement course, and she showed a lot of really creative technique and just a lot of grit. So really good job to Riley.
Absolutely. I love this course design. We just see so many like old school, like you're talking about old school Sasuke. We got some old school Ninja Warrior moves in here. And then we're seeing the newer ones, like road signs that we just saw was from a newer season of Ninja Warrior. And the mouse trap we saw at WNL Worlds. It's just such an all around, very well designed course.
Yeah, now we've got our Israel representative, Dror Schwinger, and getting coached there by the great Flip Rodriguez.
He's pretty good. We gotta drop down the can. Oh, nice save there. Wow. God, to come here all the way from Israel, make the trip out, you know, she's gonna want to put up the best run that she can, and it's just so awesome that she's here in the first place.
Yeah, definitely showing a lot of dedication to this sport, and it's great too seeing Flip down there coaching her. As we were talking about Sasuke, he was actually one of my teammates that trip to Japan.
I wonder if he sees that wave runner obstacle and has PTSD at all. But Dror's gonna go for doing the obstacle as intended. Great dismount. Wow, I thought she was gonna miss that one.
Yeah, definitely. She was off a bit at an angle, but she was able to. Oh no!
I don't think she was up high enough. What I like, we're talking about, you know, the old school obstacles. This whole line here, this prism tilt into the barrels, it's just something that the kids these age, like they've never experienced an obstacle like this before.
Yeah, and that's what I love having it here for, because when you have an obstacle that you've never faced, it really tests your overall level of conditioning and skill. And so to kind of have everybody trying something for the first time, it's really cool to see who can overcome it and who gets caught up.
Yeah, we know a lot of work went into this course, so huge shout out to the whole Motus team. We got Dror now onto the Northwest Passage. Just got to use these little Iron Maiden handles. If you take your weight off of those handles, once you put them into those hooks, they will come right out. So you got to trust your grip. There's really no re-gripping on this obstacle.
Yeah, again, just the sheer levels of grip strength that is tested throughout the entirety of this course. Again, like I said, diabolical.
Yep, doing nunchucks after so much grip there. But now she's got 1:20 left, and she's going to get these nice little gimme obstacles. You know, like Donovan said, you're welcome for putting these into the middle of the course here. Little break, get you a couple extra points under your belt. And now we've got the mousetrap. We've got Brandon's favorite. And we saw this mousetrap. It made its debut last year during the competitive season. We saw it at WNL World Championships in Stage 2. And it's a very interesting move. You have to flip that flap open while you're reaching for a cliffhanger underneath. Oh, look at that. Okay. I haven't seen anyone use that technique yet.
Yeah, that was great. That was obviously a little safer. She had to take an extra swing, but yeah, that was really, really clever.
I honestly wouldn't think that the flap would stay open. A lot of the mousetraps that I've seen, you have to do it, you know, all together. But that was some good beta we saw at her drawer, and she is moving on now onto our sign. She's got to line her swing up. She's got to throw up really high and try to drop with the next obstacle.
Yeah, she's definitely running out of time. We'll see how she does. This is what caught Riley.
Oh. Nope. Nope. That's not the rules, Flip. The rules on this obstacle, you have to use the dropping part of the obstacle. And unfortunately, Jor thought she had it. I don't know, though. She did not have a lot of time left, so I'm not sure that she would have been able to even get the actual drop there.
Yeah, I think that drop is going to be a massive challenge for pretty much every one of these competitors. Because again, at that point of the course, you're just so sapped of strength. So, whew, this is a tough one.
And that nunchuck style grip, having to hold it. We already saw that multiple times in this course, and then having to hold it while it drops. Yeah, we said it a bunch. We'll say it again. This is a diabolical course. But we're seeing the best of the best be put to the test, and we're going to have Maya up now as our next competitor.
Yeah, what I love seeing on these tough courses, especially when you have competitor after competitor go down, typically you have somebody who's like, I'm going to get this. You know, they rise up above and show everybody just how it can be done. So the waiting game is to see who that competitor is going to be.
Absolutely. I'm just really happy, you know, that we're seeing all of our earlier competitors get deeper into this course. You know, we've seen a lot of our females. It's been a rough handful of first obstacles, but, you know, these teen females are showing us how strong of a division that they are. And Maya is hopping her way already through obstacle 2.
Yeah, she's looking really calm, really poised and confident. So we'll see this. Again, one of these deceptively tricky obstacles. Well, maybe it's not that deceptively. It just looks tricky, but let's see how Maya handles it.
Oh, goes for the skip, but just comes up a little bit short and slides off that truss. So this is why we like that retry system. We're going to see if Maya locks in that skip or if she's going to try to do the obstacle as intended. Let's see it here. Lining her swing up, goes up to the cane. There we go. Oh no!
Oh!
Just a little to the side on that boot scoot, and that truss took her down. And unfortunately, it was an early exit for Maya.
Yeah, you know she's going to be really upset about that. She still did so good, though. And, you know, that, again, is one of the other just super tricky aspects of this course. You've got like 4 different really challenging aspects of that one obstacle alone. You've got, you know, the precision needed to get to that cane, then the ring with, you have to have a really specific aim, if you will, for that laning platform. And there's just so much going on there that is not, that's not an obstacle to laugh at.
Yeah, a lot of like change of direction. It's hard to see on our camera angle how wonky that pullback, because you know you got one hand that's up really high on the cane and you can't really use it to pull you in the right direction. But hopefully our next runner, Sayla out of Jungle Gym, is going to show us how to get through that obstacle and the rest of the course.
Yeah, and we've been talking about mental obstacles all day, and when you start seeing people have problem and fall after fall after fall, that can start playing with you a little bit mentally. So again, it's another one of these mental dynamics that need to be overcome. So, the best learn to do it. So that's we'll see if any of these girls can rise to the occasion.
Absolutely. And Sayla is cruising. She's 6 seconds ahead already of first place. Make sure that ring doesn't pop off. Looks like she might be going for a skip here. She turns her body, angling the way she wants it towards that truss. Gets up high. Oh, but doesn't quite wrap her legs around.
Yeah, I know Riley, when she started us off, she got that technique pretty well. Not sure that's really the best way to go because it doesn't save you a whole lot from an energy perspective. It might save your grip strength a little. Oh, good save.
Oh,
nice.
My gosh.
But it saves your grip strength a little bit, but you use so much energy in holding on to that column. So
Sayla is full of saves out here on this course. Man, gets that obstacle first try. I know, Jungle Gym, they do a lot of parkour, so she probably felt good jumping off and through those rollers, and she's on now to the Northwest Passage. Gotta put her weight on here. It says in Sayla, she also plays flag football, basketball. She plays guitar, does photography, and does a lot of volunteer work working with kids. So all-around athlete and all-around person here out on our course.
Yeah, definitely. She is showing everybody how this should be done. This is just really good so far. The clock, though, does continue to tick, on all of these young athletes. They're getting through some of the tough obstacles, but man, that's just a whole nother element, that time. It's even if you have the strength left towards the end, the question is going to be, do you have enough time left?
Absolutely. She is 4 seconds faster right now than first place. Does only have about a minute on the clock, so we're going to see how she attacks Brandon's favorite obstacle here, if she's going to go for that mousetrap. We saw people in previous divisions going for a skip, but she's going to get it right away. Gets her hands on that mousetrap, gets the dismount, and that's going to put her in first place.
Yeah, that was so good. And from our camera vantage point, you can't really see how that works. So for people who have never seen a mousetrap obstacle like that, they're flipping up. There's like a cover. You have to flip that up, and then you grab a cliffhanger ledge so quick. You have to be so fast to get that. So not an easy obstacle by any means.
But she got it, and she's kicked over that first sign. Lashang out to the ring. Now we know that they have to use the poles in this second obstacle here. You know that her grip's got to be feeling it. She's got 14 seconds. If we can get her through this obstacle, just too high.
Yeah, that was a great effort right there from Sayla. But wow, I'm wondering if we're going to have anybody even get to the Black Diamond obstacle, because this is so tricky.
Yeah, at this point in the course, your time's running out, your stamina's running out. To be able to make a throw and drop down without sliding off of the poles on that road sign, that is a very tough change, but great job to Sayla. That's going to put her in first place right now with a lot of other runners left to go.
Yeah, that's true. We still have a lot of athletes left. Oh, I love that save right there from her.
Yeah.
That was great.
Really, she should be very proud of that. All of these ladies should be proud that they made it out. They qualified. They're here with the best of the best. So just stepping up onto that starting platform, they should feel a sense of pride.
Definitely. And what I think is going to be cool to watch, again, we've had so many different issues on some of these obstacles to where you start thinking, I don't know if anyone's going to do it, and then somebody comes and just blows your mind. So I really hope to have that happen, Megan, and just see somebody absolutely demolish this.
As soon as that gate opens, we're definitely going to see it. And Hannah could be the one to do it. Hannah's been competing in Ninja for 7 years, all over the country, all over different leagues. And she trains at Midwest Warrior Academy in Omaha.
Yeah, definitely having that experience in moments like this is so helpful. Just you have this extra level of knowing how to run out on the course in a way that conserves energy. You don't overly freak out about different things. And so, super helpful to have a lot of experience under your belt.
Absolutely. It says her family opened their gym 4 years ago, and her twin brother were also compete. So we might be seeing her twin in the teen male division. She's
Yeah,
gonna
definitely.
go for.
I
Go
remember
ahead.
I remember her qualifiers, seeing her brother compete there. I don't remember if he qualified for the finals or not, but yeah, I think they're great training buddies.
Well, I bet that's cool to have like a full family. My dad does ninja as well, so it is cool to be able to train with him. But I bet it's super cool to have like a sibling. Oh no! And her feet slide down. First try, she's got to get a little bit higher. I think we're seeing a lot of the athletes just kind of, plyo jump out instead of almost running up and like throwing their body over the top of this.
Yeah, whenever you hit an obstacle that you've never tried before, it can be just such a mental. Again, I feel like I've been talking about this all day long, just these mental obstacles, but just never having done it before.
Oh, no! Like that. Man, I just don't think she got high enough. She wasn't able to kind of wedge her hands or feet in there, and it rolled her right down to the ground. Man, that's going to do it. I looked at the run order. We are going to see her brother compete later in the teen male, so it's cool to see the siblings out here.
Yeah, for sure. And that obstacle right there, again, it's one of those deceptively difficult obstacles. If you have the right technique, it's not that tricky, but again, never having done it for most of these girls, they're kind of figuring it out on the fly. So yeah, that's been more difficult than you would have thought.
It's taken out a lot of competitors this weekend. We're going to have up now, we've got Rory, one of our international athletes from Canada. She's been on the competitive team for only a year. She only started training in 2023. Wow, that's impressive to make it all the way to Premier Series.
Yeah, definitely. She definitely shows that she belongs. That is for sure. And oh, that was a big grab right there. I wasn't sure if she was going to get it.
Yeah, her leg swung forward, but she was able to hold on. And she is out of there. She got first place at the Fit Set Ninja Premier Series qualifier. She's showing her skills off here. Let's see. Is she going to go up to the cane, or is she going to... Looks like she might be going for a skip here, Travis.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm kind of getting a little leery.
No! Oh! Man, I really think we saw our first runner, Riley, do it. She made it look so easy that everyone's like, oh, I can do that skip, but it's proving to be a lot more difficult than it looked.
Yeah, and honestly, I think you do have to use so much strength and energy for that. Obviously not as much grip strength, but again, risk reward. Oh no.
And there's the risk right there. She tried it one time, she risked a retry, and then she just was not quite able to get her hands high enough on the cane. But great job making your way all the way out here from Canada. Again, another teen female that should walk away with her head high regardless of placement.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you, Megan.
We are making our way through. Looks like we've got about 16 teen females. Man, I feel like these courses are flying by. These girls are quick. This course is brutal. Some of you watching at home, you might be thinking, this course is impossible, but these are supposed to be the best of the best, and I think that they did a great job of designing a really challenging course for these ladies.
Yeah, and that's the tricky part from a course designer perspective, is how hard do you make a course? Because obviously if you make something that's too easy, people will be like, oh, come on. But then if it's too difficult, you can get the opposite reaction. But yeah, I think it's better to err on the side of let's really make them work for it and prove that they are the best.
Especially when it's, premier, the best in the world. And we've got Grace up now, one of our shorter competitors. Oh, that's what I was worried about, eyeing down on that trampoline. I think she just needs to You know, instead of dropping, I think she almost needs to like lâcher into that trampoline to get the pop up.
Yeah, and we've talked about this all season long. The great thing with the retries, you can try it again, but if it's an obstacle that takes a lot of strength and whatnot, you know, when you try it again, oh, there she goes. But when you try it
Nice.
again, you're having to use even more energy. And so, in the grand scheme of things, you're left with not much strength left.
Yeah, absolutely. And luckily, you know, the pressure's on when you have to use that retry, but she makes it through. Might have used the retry a little earlier than she wanted, but she's going to attack the Great Wall. Looks like she's eyeing it up, deciding what technique she wants to go with here. Oh, and again, she's a little shorter, but there are rock holds on the wall that I'm assuming they've been able to use in previous divisions. Let's see if she's going to attack this a little differently this time. Wow, great control, not letting that ring pop off. But now she's only going to have one try here, and then no more retries left on the course.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, this is only obstacle number 3, and Grace is obviously or visibly breathing hard. So, oh, she's got to fight. Oh, no.
Those trusses are in play. If she can, you know, wrap herself around one and get to the other one, her run is not over, but she's very, very low on that truss right now. There it is.
Oh, nice work.
She does not want that retry to go to waste here. It's going to cat grab her away. She's sliding down. What a save by Grace.
Oh my gosh, that was so awesome right there. Talk about not giving up.
It's when you know, like, it's your last chance, your last retry. No, and she just tilts backwards on the prism. Man, unfortunate early exit, but so much fight and determination out of Grace.
Yeah, she really did a good job. You could see on that mini tramp, it almost looked like she slightly hesitated, almost absorbing a little bit of her bounce instead of going immediate. And that's what kept her from getting enough height for that second hourglass. But she did not give up. She kept fighting to the end. And that was an incredible save there at the end. So still really good job to Grace.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ninjas out there that would have just thrown in the bag and given up, but she fought really hard, and probably one of the best saves I've seen of the entire weekend. We're getting our next runners up. I think we've got 15 runners left of our teen females. I really want to see some of these girls get to that black diamond, through that black diamond. Come on, girls. I believe in you guys.
I know, but what's interesting is you said early on it was nice seeing some of these competitors go as deep as they were, but the last several competitors haven't made it that far, so that's been pretty interesting. So we'll see if Lucy Hunt can right the ship and get back towards the deeper parts of this course.
I hope so. I think a lot of our early runners too just had, you know, not unplanned mistakes. You know, they were really going for it on that placement course and just had an early fall. And now we're getting into the middle of the run order. We've got Lucy Hunt here. She's 5'7", so she's one of our taller athletes. She started Ninja in 2022.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the length right there as she's hanging on this board. Definitely has a lot of wingspan there. So we'll see if she can use that to her advantage.
She's looking a little uncomfy. That first board is weird, the way that, you know, the right side's bigger on one side and then the left side, and it's going to cause your body to tilt that direction. You really have to fight that tilt.
Yeah, definitely a lot of hesitation out of Lucy. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of hesitation, playing it safe, just looking not quite sure of, you know, exactly how to go through some of these obstacles. So hopefully she can get it here on try number 2.
Yeah, I hope so. She's shaking it out. It's not a great sign so early in the course, but this is an obstacle that it's rough to have to retry. It's a lot of grip strength to be able to pop both hands evenly through this board. She's going to get another attempt here. You can see right there, it dips down to the right just a little bit, and then it shifts over to the left. Let's see if she's going to go for that hourglass move. Nope, she decides to stop again on that tramp.
So one of the techniques I'd like to see her try is to go quicker with her movements when she's up on the hourglass, because the longer you're up there, you're still hanging by your fingertips, so your strength is getting tested more and more the longer you're up there.
And she's able to hold on. There is a little bit of a cliffhanger lip halfway through that hourglass. You can see she is fighting, trying to get off this obstacle here. You can see it in her face. She's just looking for that dismount though. And she gets it. Wow. A lot of hanging time. She's got to be feeling it right now, Travis.
Yeah, I would imagine she's got a burn going already, and we're only at obstacle number 3, so Lucy has got a tall order in front of her. Let's see how she handles this.
She's got 58 seconds left on the clock. A little hesitation. I think the trick with these courses that Motus puts on is you cannot have any hesitation. You have to fully commit to some of these obstacles here. And let's see if she can get it her next try.
Yeah, fully commit is a great way to put it, because if you put maybe 50%, 75% effort into it, you're just not going to be able to do it.
Oh, and jumps out to the side just a little bit, and that's going to do it for Lucy's run. Man, that's hard. These first few obstacles, our first couple runners, like we said, made them look easy, but I would argue that almost no point in this challenge course is easy.
I know, right? I think it is really, really difficult. And even if somebody goes out early, though, Megan, what I love to see is people not giving up and continuing to fight. And even if they get stuck on maybe the second obstacle, just keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. So that's such a great thing to see.
Absolutely. And we tell our kids all the time, and it's a lesson for everyone, whether you win, you get first place, win that championship, you get last place, you fall in the first obstacle, you're going to leave that gym and you're still going to be the same person that you were when you walked in. You're going to go back to your home gym. You're going to get back in the ninja gym and work just as hard no matter what. So everything that these girls are doing out here, they should be taking it as a lesson regardless of, early falls or wins.
Yeah, definitely agree. We got Heather Sweeney now coming up, seeing if she can get in the leaderboard.
It's on and off that first obstacle super fast. Now she's going for the sides of this wave runner. I love the small pop. She looks like she's got a lot of confidence out here already on our first couple obstacles.
Yeah, you see her quick movements. What's great about that is you're not up there very long. You're not wasting that strength and energy.
Yes, she comes out of, oh man, I thought that ring was going to come off.
Yeah,
she comes
so
out
close.
of Surge Ninja. She's been doing ninja for 5 years, and she says that she has so much fun. She's learned so much, and she loves doing competitions, and that, I think, right there is the attitude that, is all about in this sport.
A little hung up grabbing that ring. Now let's see if she can aim this right.
Oh, just to the side a little too much. This is one of those moments where do you try to save it or do you use one of your retries early and not waste your time?
Yeah, it's always a tricky part. Tricky decision to make in the middle of getting caught up in an obstacle. But she's going to try another time here, but she's used a lot of energy now on this obstacle. So we'll see if she can get it.
You can see it. She takes a second on that starting platform to rest. See if she's going to go for that same technique, or it looks like she might be going for a skip here. Trying to line up that big swing. If she can throw high on the truss. No, her feet kick her backwards and her hands can't quite reach. And unfortunately, that's going to do it for Heather. But just like her bio says, hopefully, she learned so much at this competition and she can take that back to her gym with her.
Yeah, she's going to be bummed by that, but she still showed a lot of great stuff out there. And like you said, it's always a learning lesson. And, both of us been there, done that. I remember falling on the very first obstacle in the finals one year in Las Vegas. And I was like, oh my goodness, what just happened? But learned from it, grew from it and moved on.
Yeah, it's happened to everyone at some point in their career. Ninja is arguably one of the most humbling sports I think that exists.
Yeah, but as far as that technique there, I still just don't know. I think it's way more risky than it's worth doing that skip to the column.
Yeah.
We'll see, but I think it's better probably to go to the cane as intended.
I think I might agree with you on that. We're going to see what Maya does in her run. She sticks the landing. She's 14 years old, another one of our international competitors out of Canada. She coaches at her home gym in Winnipeg, it looks like. And she also loves baking when she's not in the gym. She's
It's
stopping
interesting.
on that trampoline.
Yeah, seeing some of these athletes stop on the trampoline instead of the immediate bounce.
She's using the blue part, it looks like. Looks very uncomfortable, but she gets it. I think, Travis, when you're hanging up on an obstacle like that, I think it looks a lot more intimidating looking down on that trampoline than it may look from the viewers at home.
Definitely. That's one of those things, kind of the whole armchair quarterback dynamics. Whoa! Oh my goodness.
A little low there on that second step.
Yeah, definitely. She was much lower than she needed to be, did not get as high of a jump, and grabbed it just by her fingertips and unfortunately peeled off.
There we go. We can use, I figured those rock holds were in play. Goes for a little bit of a safer approach. Probably a pretty good idea, after you use that one fail. But it looks like she's going for the skip here. Another one of those. And she's got it, though. She's up high enough on that truss, and she's out of there.
Wow, that was impressive. I guess she showed me wrong.
She heard you. She said, Travis, watch this. And now
know,
she's
right?
on the prism tilt, climbing up her first try. Let's see if we can get her through this. She's got a nice split there. Great job. Hugs the top of those rollers. Nice. She might be one of the first we've seen get through that in their first try. There she goes. It says in her bio also, she's the only athlete at Premier Series from Manitoba, Canada. So, representing her hometown well here in the Premier Series finals.
Yeah, she's looking really solid right now. Obviously, a lot of grit and character to come back after that big peel off earlier, and she's looking good. Doesn't have a lot of time left on the clock, but she's still really impressing me. Oh no!
Your hands
She
down.
Yeah, that was so odd. It looked like she was totally in control on those nunchucks, and then just before you knew it, she was down.
Yeah, it looks like both hands just slid off there. This is a rough one to have to do a retry on. There's so much grip strength involved in this obstacle.
Yeah, and it looks like she's running out of strength. I'm not sure, Megan.
Oh, yeah, she's not high enough there. That second attempt, but gets a big hug from her coach down there. She should be very proud. Manitoba should be very proud of their athlete, Maya, that made her way all the way out to the Premier Series finals.
Yeah, she did such a great job on that skip right there too. Totally, like we said, proving me wrong. So who knows? maybe some of the runners yet to come will be like, yeah, I can do that, and
I think so.
might be
I
the
think she
right
was just
technique.
like higher. It looked like she had a really big swing on that ring and threw up as high as possible and then landed on that truss with her feet and her hands at the same time. We've been seeing people too low. We've been seeing people's feet hit first and bounce them backwards, but her technique looks really good.
Yeah, definitely was spot on how to make that.
We are getting down to the wire here. I think these are our last ones, our last 13 athletes that we're going to see take on the challenge course here. Man, I'm super excited. This could be anyone's game at this point. That's the thing about Ninja, Anyone can fall at any point. Anyone can surprise you, and there's No telling who to place your bets on in this division.
You're right. When we have seen some really good performances so far, but again, it's important to remember that those who had the most dominating performance in the placement course are yet to come. So I don't know. So far, the Ninja Killer is the signs obstacle. It was so tricky with that drop on uh, the second part of that obstacle. We haven't even gotten to Black Diamond or
Nope.
the other one. So, we'll see. We'll see.
Man, I've been hoping every female course we get on, wanting a female clear out here at Premier Series, and they just keep making this course tougher and tougher as these athletes get better and better. But right now, these are going to be our top 3 at the moment. Sayla holding strong. She got through obstacle 9 at 2 minutes and 38 seconds, followed by our first runner, Riley, and then Dror in that 3rd place spot.
Yeah, right now at this point of the competition, Megan, we have gone through basically half the field, and I think for the remaining competitors, their kind of mental prep is like, okay, we've only seen people get up to the 10th obstacle. How do you think, as a fellow competitor, how would you be potentially changing up your game plan based off of what you've seen so far?
I think for me at this point, like you said, we're halfway done. I would be trying to get to that road signs obstacle in the fastest way possible, being as smooth and efficient, trying not to use any retries up until that point, getting there with enough time left to get a couple tries on it if I need it. And, also if I can go quickly through the first half, it may not tax my grip as much. What about you?
No, I think that's actually excellent technique. That's why it's so nice to go later on, because you get to see basically what everybody has done and what it's going to take. Obviously, you want to clear the course, but at the end of the day, you also want to win the competition. So if everybody's falling on, say, the 9th or 10th obstacle, then okay, I just need to get there faster than everyone else has done it to win. And so, yeah, I think that's a really solid strategy. So just trying to figure out how to get through it a little quicker than those who've gone before you. That's going to be the trick.
I also think, though, it's nice when you're in those later run orders because you know what you have to do. But at the same time, for me, when I am one of the last runners to go, I won't be worried about an obstacle. And then suddenly I'll see multiple competitors failing the same obstacle over and over. And then I'll think, oh, is this something I should be worried about? I wasn't thinking about this obstacle in my plan. So that's another downfall to going later in the run order.
Yeah, definitely so many mind games a ninja athlete has to overcome. That's for sure.
Looks like we've got our next runner up now. We've got Kennedy out of Maximum Effort Training Studio. This is her 5th year doing ninja, and her 4th trip to the WNL Worlds back in Greensboro over the summer, where she did qualify for the Premier Series. Different angle on that obstacle that we're seeing, and she's on now to obstacle number 2, our hourglass. You can see how high that first throw is from here.
Yeah, it's interesting. Whenever you get a different camera angle, it gives you more insight into just how difficult some of these obstacles are.
She is making it look easy. She looks like she's, calm, in control, moving through these first couple of obstacles here. Great job so far. Headed on now to the Great Wall. Good jump out. Let's see. Looks like she's gonna do the obstacle as intended here.
Yeah, Kennedy's got a lot of poise right now. She looks really in control. I like what she's showing us right now.
She says she loves to do cliffhangers and laches. She also trains at her home rig as well. She wants to say a big thank you to Coach Joe for helping her grow physically and mentally over the year. Oh, slid just a little back on that. Didn't get high enough up.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is the number of athletes who've had issues on this you continue to see people have issues. I would kind of think, people try to figure out the exact right technique, but then you see a lot of the same mistakes being made.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those, we've said it over and over all weekend. They've never experienced an obstacle like this. So even if you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do it, once your body gets on there, sometimes you just have like a reactionary response to it. She's able to get her second try, and she's got to go now down the rolling hill descent to that dismount.
Yeah, but she definitely did a great job on her second try. Whoa.
Good
Little-
reset.
Yeah, deciding not to go quite yet, get some chalk.
Yeah, I wasn't sure why she reached out to that second ring, because then she wasn't able to really control her swing there, but very smart. Resets back to the platform are okay in this course, and that was a good way to kind of like get her composure back together. She's making her way down these nunchucks, another way to tax your grip, sliding. Oh, no, I saw her hand slide down the last second.
Yeah,
Now
that's
we have
one
to
of the,
retry this one.
that's what we were talking about earlier. It's nice having a retry, but when you fall at the very end of what's already a challenging obstacle, you have to do the whole thing again, and oh, she's gonna be tired.
Yeah, she is, man. I think personally, Travis, that this is the worst obstacle to have to retry in this course.
Yeah, I think you're right, because let's see, hold it.
Squeeze, get out of there! No! You can see it walking off the course there. You know she's got to be frustrated with that. She tried to hold on as much as she could, but her hands just gave out, having to retry that obstacle.
Yeah, she looked so good at the beginning of this course. Oh, that slip on the first try, just coming up short of the landing platform. Kind of a heartbreaking moment, but still, Kennedy did a great job. She should feel good about that run.
Yeah, she should. We're on now to Olivia, another one of our competitors here. 14 years old. It looks like she's rocking that Surge jersey there, making her way through obstacle number 1. Gotta reach up to that cannonball. She's got it. All right, on now to the hourglass drop here. Lashing to the sides. I like that we're seeing a lot of these older athletes go straight to the sides. We saw our younger ones going to the front, but they do have a little bit of a smaller wingspan.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure if it's height coming in to an advantage or maybe even just an experience move, but yeah, getting a little deeper into that if possible, it's only gonna help.
And she is out of there. On now, great jump out over to the Great Wall. She's trying to control her circle here. We tell our kids all the time at the gym, if your hips start going in a circle, you just have to be very patient, because eventually it'll line up the way you want it to go.
Definitely the waiting game. That's no, she hit the column.
Is she gonna try to save it, or is she gonna take a retry here? Let's see. Oh, what would you do in this situation?
Well, I don't know. She was so close to the ground. I was thinking, is she touching? But I liked the idea. Obviously, we saw a save earlier. I think it was maybe by Grace who did that same type of thing. If you can save it, then you don't have to start the whole obstacle over. But yeah, that's a tricky one.
But also, you waste a lot of time, you waste a lot of energy trying to save that obstacle, a lot of grip strength. So it's hard to make a decision in that moment. But she's going to try again. Hits the truss again, though. Oh, wow. What a save.
Yeah, it was hard to see, actually, if she made it onto that landing platform. But yeah, that was... Oh, no.
Oh, man. And then we're seeing it every time. Like we said before, it's that very first attempt. It looks like these girls are just not... They're jumping out instead of almost like running up this prism tilt.
Yeah, and you got to believe that by now, this obstacle is getting into their heads a little bit because so many people have had issues. And again, like you said, not having done it, you can plan and strategize when you're off the course as much as you want, but when you actually get on it, it can still be so different. So really, really tricky.
I always have a great plan. Sometimes I even like write out my plan into a journal, but we all know that a plan can only get you so far, and half the battle of Ninja is being able to adapt on the fly on the courses.
Definitely. And that is the name of the game. And Olivia's getting a little caught up here trying to get this first. Oh, there we go. Oh.
Yeah, she also went out to that second ring. She gets it in though. You really can't adjust. You have to trust your weight and your grip on that handle. And there she goes. She gets it. Making her way up, trying to get her hands as high as possible on those nunchucks. Looking for that dismount. Trying to get this point here. Nice job. She's got 2 seconds left on the clock. And that's going to do it for Olivia's run, making it through the Northwest Passage.
Well, again, what we saw from Olivia, we saw a lot of grit and a lot of determination, a no give up attitude. So that's what I love the most. Maybe she didn't go quite as far as she wanted, but still, that was a really good run.
Absolutely. And suddenly, Travis, we are down to our final 10 runners of our challenge course of our teen female division.
I know. And still, it does seem like it's anyone's game at this point, like you said earlier. So I'm still curious and waiting to see if we're going to see somebody come out just with either just some new kind of technique or just a performance that absolutely blows everybody away.
Absolutely. We've seen all weekend long. We've said it all weekend long. Anything can happen. We've seen our final runners make early mistakes. We've seen our early runners put up a time like we saw Sayla here today. So anything can happen in our next 10 runners. I'm super excited to watch.
It's kind of interesting too, the whole mental dynamic, as we've talked about a lot today. You can have an obstacle that a lot of athletes fall on, and it starts, kind of being this mental challenge for everybody. But then once you get a few, successes or clears on that, all of a sudden it turns into not an issue anymore. So it's really interesting to see how there's kind of an ebb and flow with some of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if, especially on that prism tilt rolling hill, if that can really be overcome, kind of figured out by the remaining runners and not become such a stumbling block.
In your seasons of Ninja Warrior, did you ever get to go on any obstacles like that?
Actually, no, I don't think so. There were a lot of seasons to think through in my head. I don't think I don't think I did, but I mean, I've definitely had similar types of obstacles that I'd never trained before. I just had to try to, in my mind, imagine what the physics were going to be like, what the dynamics were going to be like, and then just go all out, try my best. And thankfully, more often than not, it worked out. But I don't think I've gone on one specifically like this.
I know we've seen a lot of the younger girls that I've been watching all weekend, they were kind of able to run their way up that prism tilt because they're lighter, but we're seeing our amateurs this morning and our teen females as well. As we're getting to our more mature athletes, they are a little bit bigger, so they're causing, when they jump right out to that thing, it tilts so fast right away. I think they also have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, I almost wonder if you could take a faster approach, kind of a running approach, where it's like, all right, I'm committed to running, doing like a one-footed long jump out to this, and then run, jump, from the top all, immediately to the other side. It's a bit risky, but I'd love to see somebody try it.
I know we saw actually some of the amateur males had the opposite problem where they would get up, but then they would roll over top of the other side. It would tilt them off the back of it. So I wonder though, if you have light feet, if you could just kind of like run and go, if that's what's intended with this obstacle. I would like to see somebody try that beta.
Yeah, well, we will see. I think we're having a bit of a technical issue right now, but we do have Elliot Peffley coming up next, but we will see if she or any of the other female teens left to come can unlock some new beta, some new technique on some of these obstacles, and maybe get past the 10th obstacle.
If you of this challenge course that we're watching, which obstacle would you like to try, and which obstacle would you be okay if you never had to try?
Well, would it be in a training situation or competitive moment?
I'd say, yeah, I guess that is two different things. How about a competitive moment? If you were on this course?
Which one would I like to try? I don't know if I'd like to do any of it. Now, if I was just playing around, I actually think I would like to try that prism tilt like we were just talking about, just trying some different techniques. I think I would like to mess around on the black diamond. Of course, we haven't seen anyone do it yet in this session. It does remind me, we were talking about this a little bit, my old favorite, then least favorite obstacle, the double dipper from the Vegas finals, the one that I absolutely demolished my ankle, breaking it in 3 places back in season 11, I think. But it reminds me of that, and if done right, it is a really cool feeling. So that might be fun to try, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of cool, interesting, creative obstacles on this course, so it's a tough choice.
Absolutely. There's just a lot of like all sorts of different tech. I think me personally, I am a big fan of like, brute strength obstacles. So I think I would enjoy trying out the Northwest Passage would be my favorite. But on the other end, the Black Diamond or the Rolling Salmon, I absolutely cannot stand flying bar tech, and I don't train it as much as I should. And so, if I were out here, I'd probably be a little intimidated by the back half of this course.
Yeah, definitely. Unless your muscular endurance was totally off the charts, that would just be so tough. And I will say I liked the brute strength stuff too, but towards the end when you're totally gassing out, I don't like that feeling when you just have nothing left.
Just completely pumped, and it looks like we're gonna get our next runner, Elliot, up on the course. Here we go. She qualified here at Motus earlier this season, so she might feel at home. She does also live in Missouri. Maybe she feels good, been on some obstacles like this before.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting too just to see how she does here on this run, because with the technical issues, basically she had a little bit of icing going on, having to wait at the starting line, which is never easy. But right now she's looking pretty good.
Yeah, she's looking confident. It can give you a moment if you get ice to visualize your course one more time, focus in, but it can also, if you got a good warm-up in, it can cool your muscles down too. But Elliot is looking like she is locked in. Looks like she might be going for the skip here. If she can throw up high enough that backswing, her feet are just hitting the wall. Almost has it, but not high enough.
Yeah, I don't know. We've seen now a couple of these ladies do that really, really well, but I just don't know if I think... Wow, that was really good.
That was super smooth. Great link, but now she's got to line this very weird angle, long ring swing, her first attempt without hitting the truss. Oh no, Elliot, can we save it here? Come on.
There you go. Come on.
Get up high. Get that foot out.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Great awareness. Great save by Elliot, but sliding down again. The first attempt at that prism tilt is killing our athletes today.
Yeah, and it looks like she's getting a bit tired, so hopefully she can muster the strength.
Gotta make sure it doesn't tilt her off either direction here. She's got to get a high enough jump, wedge her toes or her hands into the roller. No! And it rolls her down.
Oh, that was a great try from Elliot. Again, a lot of fight.
Yeah, so close. Man, Great save on that third obstacle, but again, when you're hanging for a long time this early in a course, trying to not, waste those retries, it does tire you out a lot faster.
Definitely. Well, Elliot should still feel good about that run. She still did really, really good. Obviously, got here for a reason, so way to go, Elliot.
We've got Reagan up next. Reagan qualified at Rock City Ninja earlier. She's from New York, and she might be, I think she is a Rock City athlete. She's got that jersey on. She's got a Rock City coach next to her, and she is making short work so far, these first couple obstacles.
Yeah, looking really good. Really experienced, really poised. This is some good work.
Decides to stop on that trampoline. Wow, jumps out very far on that hourglass. That was super confident. Getting deep so she can get out of there a lot faster. Great work, Reagan.
Yeah, definitely. You do a move like that, and it really. Oh no! Just a little miscalculation there on the angle.
Yeah, I think she was just too far away from that wall. She's gonna get another attempt. Let's see if she goes for the run or if she uses the rock holds this time. She's got it. All right, what do you think? Are we gonna see a skip, Travis, or are we gonna see the obstacle done the way it's supposed to be?
Well, I guess it's gonna be the skip. So
she's eyeing it.
She's already fallen once though, so I don't know.
It doesn't look like she can really line that swing up the way she wants it. Oh, but she gets it.
Nice work.
Wow, and she's one of our taller ones too, and she's able to, bunch herself up and hold herself. But now let's see if she can get our prism tilt the first attempt here.
I mean, seriously, how many athletes has it been since we've seen somebody get this on their first try?
Come on, no, she touched something she wasn't supposed to. Man, I thought she had it.
Yeah, I thought she was looking so good.
She gets another attempt here. Oh, good. No. Oh. She looked like it tilted too far forward on her. She tried to save it, but leaned back too far. Another victim of our prism tilt obstacle. Man.
Yeah, I gotta say, going into this competition, there's so many hard obstacles on this course. I didn't know exactly which one would be have the most fail rate, I guess you could say. And I was not expecting it to be the prism tilt.
Yeah, I will say the obstacles kind of changed based on our division, which one has the most fail rate. But I think this one consistently across the board for both male and female athletes has probably had the highest fail rate. It'd be really cool if we could, do like a Ninja Works recap and we could see, which obstacle had the best clear rate, which one had the highest fail rate, and kind of see all of those at the end of the competition.
Yeah, well, again, we talk about deceptively difficult obstacles. That is definitely one of them, because when you have somebody do it just right, it looks like a breeze, total piece of cake. But yet we've seen so many very strong and talented athletes go down on that, so it's anything but easy.
And we're getting deeper into our run order. We're getting to those girls that hit buzzers, that placed high on our placement course, and even still, this prism tilt is proving to be no joke. It's just a weird technique that a lot of us, myself included, I've never really experienced an obstacle like that before.
Yeah, it's a big, tall order when you're running the course and there is something you've never trained for before. But again, that's why, especially with Ninja, being able to be as prepared as possible, being as well-rounded as possible, so important. But what do you think, though, at this point, Megan? Do you think we're going to see anybody get past that 10th signs obstacle?
I don't know. We've got, I think, 8 ladies left on our course here. We do still have some very, very strong competitors. Our last handful, I know Savannah is a super strong athlete. Riley, Kinley. I think it's possible, but, we're going to have to put the pedal to the metal here and just try to get to that obstacle with enough time left to get a feeling for it, and hopefully get it in a couple tries.
Yeah, well, and just thinking though, getting all the way to that obstacle, but yet have enough strength to make it through that, and then for the remaining obstacles, yeah, this is a really, really tough course.
It absolutely is. But, you know, these girls are here for a reason. They came from all over the world. They placed in the top of WNL Worlds. They got invited. They placed at their premiere series, and there's a reason they can do it for sure. And now we've got our next runner, Sophie Starr, stepping up. She's only been doing ninja since 2023. Her first ninja lesson was actually out at Traverse Fitness in California.
Well, I think already what we're seeing from Sophie, I like, she's got this aggressiveness even on that first move. She got the bar locked in, really the first movement. We've seen some athletes take 3, 4, 5 swings to get it locked into place. So she really looks to be on mission right now, and I like what she's showing us.
Her dead hang record is 24 minutes, according to her bio. So we know that this girl can hang. She's got a lot of endurance on obstacles.
That's for
crazy.
For those at home who've never tried a dead hang, 24 minutes, just so you know, is almost like impossible, especially the older you get.
Absolutely. But Sophie is a very well-rounded athlete. I actually got to watch her last weekend. We had our first qualifier for my Women's Ninja Association, and she was one of our top teens there. So she's very, very strong, well-rounded athlete.
Oh, making short work of that.
Yeah, making that look easy. She enjoys track and field. She's earned... No!
My
Come
goodness.
on, Sophie! She's earned medals in pole vaulting and long jumping, so we know that she knows how to jump, but can she jump onto a tilting surface is the question. Oh, no! I think she touched something.
Yes, I'm not sure what she touched, but there's definitely something that's out of play. Hopefully we can see it on the replay.
It's really hard to see from that angle. I believe in the rules walkthrough, at least the one that they posted, you can't touch the sides at all, the truss or even the sides of it. And sometimes we're jumping on an obstacle and our first reaction is, how can I save myself? But it's just really, really hard to see what's going on in that obstacle right now.
Well, we'll see if Ellie, coming up right here, can right the ship and start hopefully a string of successes on that obstacle.
We'd love to see it. Her hometown is here. Her home gym is here. So she should feel very comfortable right at home here at Motus. She's already on now to the second obstacle. Sometimes I think being a home athlete has an advantage because you're where you're used to, but also I know at our gym we like to create obstacles and comps specifically to challenge our own athletes.
Yeah, definitely home gym advantage can help you be comfortable, but yeah, pretty much every one of these athletes are seeing the same things for the first time, no matter where they're from. So they all have to conquer that same type of challenge.
Yep. You know that with it being such a big competition, I'm sure that Motus created all these brand new obstacles. Donovan has been working really, really hard on creating these new challenges that their teams even hasn't seen. So this is going to be Ellie's first attempt here at the Great Wall. Looks like she's going to go up to the cane, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what she's doing.
I think she's just trying to, there it is. She's just trying to get her swing redirected the way she wants to go. And then another one. Again, this angle on this camera for those watching at home, I don't think it really shows how challenging the move off of this ring is in between those trusses.
There we go.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We couldn't see the dismount. I guess maybe she didn't cross the plane or her foot touched out or something, but that's unfortunate. You can see she's got a little bit of pump in her forearms and having to retry this obstacle again.
Yeah, and you could see her facial expressions right there. Definitely disappointed with gonna have to do this whole thing again, but This is the type of moment that really tests a ninja athlete. So I really hope Ellie can get it here on try 2.
And she knows what it feels like. Oh no, but the truss getting in her way. At this point, she's gonna have to use that truss to try to save herself, going for that split movement here. Let's see if she has what it takes. There it is. Come on, Ellie, keep your feet up. Wow.
There
what
it
a great
is.
save.
Good job. All right, let's see it right here. Try number 1.
Come on. There it is. Good plyo jump, getting really high and throwing yourself over top of the prism to kind of like split her body weight on either side. Come on,
Come on. Oh, no.
She had the traction, but she needed to stick her foot into one of the rollers.
Yeah, I got a little concerned because the foot she jumped off of was a little further out on that prism than she probably would have wanted. Oh, come on. Try number 2. This is it.
Come on, Ellie. Get up higher, wedge that foot in. There it is. And that does mean that she is out of retries, though, for the rest of her course, and she only has 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, well, she's going to have to go right now if she wants to get through this Northwest Passage because it's a long obstacle. Oh, she doesn't really have time for that water.
No, we don't have time for a break here, Ellie. We gotta move. The countdown is on. Let's see what she's gonna do here. 2, 1. And that's gonna do it. But way to fight on obstacle number 3 over there, Ellie. You should be very proud of your grit and determination out here.
Yeah, definitely. When there's an unexpected issue that happens, it's so tough to go back and have to do it again, but she was able to overcome. Unfortunately, just that clock ran out. So, but still, really, really good job to Ellie.
Yeah, those retries, they eat away. You think that 3 minutes and 30 seconds is a long time on a course, but anything you have to retry, they do eat away significantly at that short time limit.
Well, so right now, we don't have very many runners left yet. Our top 3 are fairly early runners, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens from these last bunch.
Yeah, Sayla was one of our few. Riley was our very first runner, and they're in the top 2. But we've got Claire out here now, coming from Ultimate Ninjas. She is 14 years old, and she says, when I first stepped in a ninja gym, I immediately fell in love with the sport. I think a lot of us have that same story. What happened?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened right there.
Was it obstacle not reset correctly? No, yeah, it looks like she's going to be getting a rerun starting from the beginning. It looks like maybe the line wasn't right on that cannonball when she pulled it down.
Yeah, I know when she grabbed it, it looked a little wonky the way that she swung down. So, okay, so starting over.
Redo, retry. Luckily, she wasn't on the course for that long, so hopefully she didn't really use up any of her grip there. Oh, Donovan's looking tired in the background. You know he's got to be feeling it out there, man.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested that she's, even though she wasn't on the course very long, starting over right now versus maybe after the next runner. We'll see if it affects her.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think I would just want to go right away back and do it. Like, I'm prepared. I'm on that starting line. I'm ready to go. All right. She's getting through that first obstacle here. Ultimate Ninja's Liberty has become her second home. She playing there. She's done so much over the past 7 years of ninja that she's been training. Nice. Those are the sides.
Yeah, that was really good. What I love seeing is just how dedicated a lot of these athletes get. And it's funny the number of stories over the years I've heard too of people who they're really not too interested in many sports, but then they start doing ninja and they just fall in love with it first thing. So it's great to hear.
I'm one of those few. I didn't really play sports. I was a marching band kid growing up. And then the second that I found ninja, I was like, this is awesome. And I've loved it ever since. But Claire, she also enjoys running cross country and track, enjoys writing and reading. And she can't wait to see what the rest of the season will bring. And it has come to this right here at season 3. Oh, okay. So she gets that point because she crossed the plane, but because she fell off that shared platform, she only gets 1 try at the prism tilt.
Well, it really puts a lot of pressure on her right now to get it right on her first try.
Big high jump there, gets up. I like that technique, actually. She jumped up pretty much as high as she could, getting over top of the prism, but now she's got to jump out, get up high on these rollers, wedge that foot in. Nice, come on. Get all the way up there, Claire. Good job.
Yeah, that was really good. I loved where her foot placement was when she jumped off that prism. She was much more close to the center versus, as we've seen from some others who get a little too far away, because then it tilts down too much on you on the jump and makes it really tricky.
Yep, awesome. She's on her way now. 1:15 left on the clock into Northwest Passage. She's got to trust her weight on there. Making her way through. We've talked about it, probably the most taxing grip obstacle. Lots of pull-up strength here, lots of lock-off strength. A long line just burning that grip out.
Yeah, definitely. I can only imagine what her arms are feeling like right now. And these nunchucks right here, they are no joke. So she's got to stick with it.
Come on. You can see it in her face. She is fighting so hard to get to that dismount. And oh no! Foot touched down. You can see that she's frustrated. Not an obstacle you want to retry.
I know, we've obviously seen that already from others, but I really think it was just the tip of her toe that hit as she was landing. Oh, that was so close.
It's so unfortunate when a retry like that, it's not necessarily like an athletic ability. It's just a little disqualification. Oh, unfortunate. She's got to move, though. If she wants to be able to get back to that dismount, she's got 3 seconds on the clock. And slips down, but great fight out of Claire.
Yeah, she really did good job. I mean, obviously, she's the first athlete in several runners to get through the prism tilt on her first try. So that was really, really impressive.
Very much so. Very impressive. She should be proud of herself, fighting through that Northwest Passage 2 times out here. And suddenly, Travis, we are down to our final 5 teen female athletes.
I know. I can't believe we're almost to the end, but I think that this is where we're going to start seeing the skill level potentially really pop up, because these last remaining runners are so strong.
You can see it right away. Allison attacking that first obstacle. Right out of the gate, jumps up to that bar. So he goes for the front, but pops right away. Very clean approach to this hourglass. Nice, there it is. Looks like she started her journey at MLab, and then she moved to Connecticut. Now she trains out of Ninja Mania. She was the New England Season 10 regional champion and got 2nd in the Northeast. So she is no stranger to competition.
Yeah, and it's interesting. She's going to go for this skip technique. And at this point, so many people have been having issues on the ring, on the other way to go. So I don't know. They just both seem really tricky.
Yeah, but she gets a good backswing there. Nice. Good. Yeah, I love that last backswing. She was able to pop up, and she goes right away to the prism tilt. Oh, but I saw it there. Her hand was around the side, on the side closest to us. See attempt number 2. She's got to keep her hands flat on that carpeted surface. Any touch of the side. Our ref, Donovan, he's been strict, but he's been making that call for everyone.
Oh no!
Her foot spins out.
Wow.
Another early exit. but great run by Allison. Travis, this course is brutal.
It is so brutal. I thought she was going to get it, but you know, we've talked about the importance of quick feet and even how she jumped from that prism. It kind of seemed almost like in slow motion a little. I think it needs to be so quick and decisive, and oh, that was really unexpected.
Absolutely, man. All right, Caroline is going to be our next runner. She goes by C the Beast. She's 13 years old, and she trains at Ninja U in Iowa. She says outside of Ninja, she plays volleyball and basketball. She can do 23 pull-ups in a row and a 12-foot bar lache. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, well, being able to do laches like that, you know all about quickness with your hands and grabbing, but also have tremendous amounts of strength. So let's see if those skills really come in and help her on this course.
She's being able to do that far of a lache. You know she's got a lot of, just like that, powerful pulls, and she is out of there. She says that she is notorious. She's won a W&L comp while wearing a boot before, while she was recovering from an injury.
Wow, that is dedication.
Yep, and she, just a little too low on that cane. Man, it's gonna have to take a retry on that one. She jumped out to that first ring, and it looks like it almost came off the hook. So let's see her approach this time. There we go. A little more control. Switching her grip so she can angle her hips the direction that she wants to go.
There it is.
Nice. All right, but now she only gets one try at angling this long ring sling here. Runs into the truss. There she goes. Smart. She's going to use that truss, kicking off of it. That's very smart, actually. Trying to get, yes! Hold it, Caroline.
Come on, you got this.
Fight for it, Caroline. Keep those feet up. Very, very smart way to save herself.
Yeah, I love seeing what really boils down to a pro-type move when you might, oh, no.
Too low.
Yeah, well, what I was saying, just, you know, instead of fighting, you know, she kicked off, like you were saying, on those columns to give herself extra swing to make it easier. So that was really good.
All right, she's got her hands over the top here. She's got to pull herself up, making sure she keeps her hands away from the sides. And she's going to look for this big jump out. She gets one try on this jump here. Come on, Caroline. She's eyeing it up. She wants to make sure that she's got it, but she's also, the clock is ticking while she stands there. No, too low. Another one taken out by the prism tilt.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is such a tough obstacle. And it really does seem like when you decide to go, you got to go quick with your feet, because if there's any sort of hesitation or caution, it's gonna come back to bite you. And Caroline's such a strong ninja. Hope she still feels good about that. She should. I know it was an earlier exit than she wanted, but still really, really outstanding job.
Absolutely. Again, I think the buzzword of the day, if we were sponsored by a word, you know, like Sesame Street is with a letter, it would be commitment. Commitment would be the sponsor word of the day.
Yeah, we're just getting in that she's actually, I think, going to get a rerun. I'm not sure if there was a malfunction, perhaps, on one of those obstacles.
I think that was a previous runner. I think that was Claire.
Oh, yes.
The cannonball that we had.
There you go. There you go.
But now we've got Savannah up. Very strong athlete. I've been able to train with Savannah the few times I've been out to Vegas to film Ninja Warrior, and she's very quick. She is also fearless. The times that I've trained with her, she's not scared to throw or send anything.
Yeah, she's one of the strongest females here today. She's shown that the entirety of the season, and right now she's looking very confident.
Yep, she has her plan Sticking with it, going up to that ice pick. Gets, oh, let's see what we're going to call. Okay, so that means she gets that one, but she will now only get one attempt on this prism tilt.
And I will say that's a really tall order. There's been so many issues on the prism tilt to only really get one try. That I would think would add a lot of pressure. Come on, hold it!
No! Slow motion! I was gonna say if anyone can do it, Savannah can, but she looks like she just didn't. Again, these girls, they're having a really good jump, but they're not wedging their hand or their foot or anything into those rollers, and if you don't really have any leverage on there, it's gonna slide you off just like that. Man, what a great season though for Savannah. You should hold your head up high. Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless right now, Megan. Not just from that last run, but yeah, just how many people are having issues on this.
Oh man, we're on our last two runners now. Riley Bishop looking very, oh, she steps over the platform, it looked like. So she overshot, she touched the platform, stepped over, so she will take a retry on this hourglass.
Yeah, well, if you remember from the placement course, Riley was one of the most aggressive athletes we had out there, one of the best times. I'm surprised, though, that she stepped off that platform. That's kind of a little bit of a mental lapse, probably.
Wow, yeah.
'Cause typically knowing exactly what's in play, what's out of play is so important, but she's made proper corrections. She's looking really good right now.
Great skip there. Riley is no stranger to competition. She's been doing ninja since 2021. She's been a WNL Worlds finalist for the past 4 years.
Oh, nice.
And she is crushing. Yeah, I love the confidence and speed on this girl.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we haven't seen a run like this for many runners. In fact, she might have the fastest time at this point. I'm not positive, but she has so much time left on the clock, and she's clearly showing she has a lot of strength.
Wow. She is attacking this course. She looks like she's not even tired at all. She's eyeing up that dismount, and she is going to be 30 seconds ahead of first place right now.
Yeah, she is really dominating right now. This is a great performance we're watching out of Riley.
Making her way through. She's still 30 seconds ahead. Getting on now. If she can get on and off this obstacle, that will bump her into first place. Yeah, that link was crazy. It looks like she's going for a skip here, Travis.
Oh my goodness.
Takes a fail though, but that does put her in first place by almost 45 seconds. You know, honestly, with one runner left, that was not a bad strategy.
Yeah, honestly, if you're going for first place, knowing that no one has made it past this obstacle right here, getting through it the fastest, that was potentially incredible strategy.
Significantly faster too. So she does only get one attempt though on this. She did use a retry by overshooting that dismount. She's got a whole minute left, but one shot, she's gonna have to pop her hips up really high. And interesting strategy. I like that beta right there.
Wow, yeah, that was so unexpected, but really if you can get both hands on that one side, that really could help your chances, especially for a little shorter athlete. That was such a good attempt, and overall a very impressive run.
Very solid run, very smart plan. You know, we were talking about game plans earlier, and she had a plan to race to that 10th obstacle, and it paid off for her, because the worst she can do now is second place overall.
Yeah, I'm so excited about what we just saw. But yeah, so right now we're up to our very last runner, Kinley Jenkins, and she demolished the placement course, but we'll see. She's got a big task in front of her.
Yeah, she does. She knows, because she is the last one running, she is in a good place. She knows exactly what she needs to do, but that also means the pressure is on her to race and possibly clear that 10th obstacle.
Yeah, and so that's where it's tricky too from a strategy standpoint, because if she's super confident that she can get past the 10th obstacle, technically she doesn't have to go as fast as what we just saw from Riley, but if she can't get past it, if that backfires,
Whoa.
oh, nice
She's
immediate
moving
link.
on this course. Oh, no. You can hear her coach Jackson telling her not to give up. Really good awareness. Splits that trust. She's just got to push back now. Nice. Very, very good awareness.
Yeah, great way to adapt right there.
Uh-oh. Not high enough on her first attempt on that prism tilt. She only gets one more shot here. Come on, Kenley.
Oh,
She looked
great. That was a great
Yeah.
save.
You could see her arms were out like she was going to touch it, but she quickly pulled them back in to make sure she did not get disqualified. Very smart.
Whew, I bet you she feels a lot better right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now she knows she's got to pick up the pace, though, if she wants to get to that signs obstacle as fast as possible, and she is moving here. Man, outside of Ninja, she said she's been an Irish dancer since she was 5. She also runs cross country, plays basketball, track, and lacrosse. So we have an athlete on our course right now.
Definitely. And she is looking really strong. Well, oh, no, she came down early.
She missed the dismount. Oh, man. She's got to redo this one. We've talked about it all day today. This is not the obstacle you want to retry.
Definitely. You know, that's going to tax her strength so much more. And so, you know, the only way for her at this point to get first place is to make it past obstacle number 10, which nobody has done. And you know she's going to be feeling it all that much more, having to do this twice right here. So come on, Kinley.
You can see it. She is fighting for it, shaking out her hands as and she slips down off the nunchuck. Oh my goodness. Wow, I am speechless right now.
Yeah, honestly, I am too. Kinley was so dominating.
Man.
In the placement course, I thought we would see a much deeper course run here, but still, she did a great job, but just fell a little short, I'm sure, of what she was hoping for. But still, really good job to Kinley.
We've been saying it all day. It's anyone's game, no matter where you place. Any obstacle on this challenge course can take out any competitor. But that does mean, if we're looking at our standings here, that Riley Bishop is going to be our Teen Female Premier Series Season 3 champion, followed by Sayla and Riley, who both held those top times for a very long time on our course.
Yeah, seriously, I'm not sure what's more impressive, Riley's first place course run or Sayla and Riley going fairly early on in this competition, but holding those top spots to wind up still second and third place. But regardless, all three of them did an outstanding job and very well deserving of first, second, and third place.
Absolutely. The action is not over, however, from the WNL and our Premier Series. If you head over to the Teen Male live stream, they are running our placement course right now. And then later on this afternoon, we have the best of the best of the best, our elite athletes. I'll be hanging out with the females at 4:40 p.m. and the males will be running that placement course at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. You definitely don't want to miss those runs.
Yeah, definitely. If you've thought that this was exciting, it's only going to get that much more exciting. And again, we came into this competition, Megan, you were saying that so far this weekend, no female had gotten past the black diamond obstacle. But in this teen division, no one even made it to that obstacle. So we really want to see some of these later female and male elites get past this course, hit the buzzer. But it's going to be incredible. Some amazing athletes are set to run, and it's going to be great ninja action.
Absolutely, and it's been nothing short of great action here, but Thank you guys so much tuning in at home. I'm Megan Budway, joined by Travis Rosen. It's been a pleasure for us to host you in our teen female course, and we will see you guys next time. Thought that we were done. We thought our teen females was over, but apparently one of our ladies is getting a rerun on this challenge course, so the action is not over quite yet.
I know, it's Megan, you thought that was challenging enough, inspirational enough, heartbreaking enough, but the suspense goes on because we're not actually even sure which runner is getting a rerun. So we thought we had the final standings, but no, there is a twist. So stand by because we will be finding out who gets the rerun and hopefully figure out why that is and see if that winds up affecting our final top three.
Yeah, we're standing by for more information. We wanted to jump back on. We said our goodbyes, but we get to hang out with us a little bit longer today, apparently. I actually, to be honest, I have no idea which athlete we're going to see rerun this course.
Yeah, I don't know. My only guess, let's see, which one, might have been Claire, who had to restart because of a equipment malfunction. I don't know if that would be enough to say, hey, I was tired, I want to be able to do it, fresh, or if it was something completely different.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but well, we're gonna have to wait and see. I wonder, being able to have that rerun, if our first place runner is, feeling nervous right now that, she thought that she had that title, but not quite yet.
I know, that's a tough spot to be in. Yeah, it's just a waiting game at this point. So we'll see who it was and the reasons behind it.
Yeah, reruns are definitely not a unheard of thing. It happens a lot. Sometimes something is out of the athlete's control, like maybe a course wasn't reset or an obstacle broke. I know at our Premier Series qualifier at Jump Twist, one of our Masters division, we had this palm flip slider, and he slid it all the way down. He took a massive backswing, and the whole slider went with him on his backswing.
Oh my goodness.
So we had to fix that obstacle. Luckily, everyone was fine. It was just a little, malfunction. We had to fix it. And he also got a rerun. So sometimes it's just out of the athlete's control.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see because as with other World Ninja League competitions, you can protest, if you will, if you think that there was maybe an incorrect call from a referee or whatever. And so I'm curious to know if maybe a video replay showed, on the prism tilt, as we've said, you can't hold on to the sides. So I wonder if somebody who was penalized for holding on to the sides maybe didn't actually hold on to it. So
yeah, there it is. It looks like Riley Hunt is rerunning because mistakenly called out for a fail, like we were just talking about during her run. Was Riley was the very first runner, right?
yeah, she was.
So we had, wow, okay, this just got very interesting, Travis, because we know what Riley's capable of. And if she was called out for a fail, oh man, that she didn't actually take, she took a retry she wasn't supposed to, we might be seeing that leaderboard change.
Yeah, there definitely could. I mean, because she was already third place, is that right?
Yeah, she was third place and she was the first one to run.
Yeah, so first, second place could definitely change here. So, but at the same time, if she's doing a rerun and she doesn't go as far as she did, she could be forfeiting third place. So, she's clearly going for first.
Sometimes though, in these instances in comps I've been to, they'll take the best score. I'm not sure if that's what we're doing here, but there's moments when something like that happens when it's not the athlete's fault and they get a rerun. They tend to go with the better of the two runs. So if that's the case and we're doing that here, then I think the best she can do is go up from third place.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure exactly what the ruling is for that, but obviously, yeah, if it would be the best of the two runs, then she really has nothing to lose to try this course again. But if it all depends on this run right here, third place definitely could be forfeited.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hopefully we can get a little bit more clarification on the rules on that, but that's crazy. She went early exit on placement. Oh, hold on. We're getting some more clarification here. Riley, during her prism, grabbed the sides and no one noticed. And after a rewatch later, we noticed. And so she technically actually is not allowed to rerun because she was disqualified on that obstacle.
So I'm still trying to figure out what that means.
I don't think she's getting a rerun now, is what they're saying.
Okay, we are awaiting a few more tidbits of information. So
this is one of those moments though that I have a feeling that somebody else watching submitted a video review. Oh, she is getting a rerun. She's not allowed to she was not allowed to retry the original prism fail. So she's getting a rerun. I'm a little confused as well, Travis, on what happened. I'm thinking maybe somebody submitted a course review because, as coaches or parents, you are allowed to submit those reviews. So not really sure, but something was messed up on the calls on her course, and now she's going to run the course again.
Yep, that's pretty much all we know. She is rerunning the course.
All these little rules, little DQs, Ninja is still, even though it's been around for a while, Ninja is still a newer sport. We're still learning how we can make it into a more regulated sport like the other ones that you guys watch, maybe basketball, football, and everything. And it's little moments like this where we can take and learn from it and move forward. See if we can get a little more clarification on this call. Well, let's see. Travis, have you ever had a moment where you were DQ'd or had to rerun or anything in your long Ninja career?
I want to say that I did, but I'm honestly having a hard time remembering right now. I know I've witnessed it a time or two, because again, with this sport, these types of obstacles, the ways they're constructed, sometimes things break, sometimes they malfunction or just stop working, and it unfortunately happens sometimes right in the middle of someone's course run. And so when that is the case, they will get to start afresh once fixes have been made. And it's always interesting how it affects the runner, because sometimes you might have been in the middle of an incredible course run and it's like, oh goodness, now I've got to start from scratch and do it all over and maybe not do as well. But I have witnessed others use it basically as a really good warm-up. So then when they get to go again, they're super fresh. Whatever nerves or butterflies they had in their stomach are kind of worked out of their system and they're really dialed in. So it can really play to a benefit too. So it can go either way, but it's an interesting dynamic for sure.
Yeah, it is. I don't know that I've ever in my ninja career had to do a rerun. I've definitely, when I've helped put on competitions or coached kids at competitions, I've had athletes that have had to take a rerun, but I have not had to do one in my specific career.
All right, we are getting some more information right now. Okay, so
All right.
it sounds like when Riley did her first run, she actually touched the sides of the prism tilt, but nobody noticed, which should have caused her to use a rerun on that obstacle, or a retry on that obstacle. But since nobody noticed it, she kept going. It kind of disqualifies the final outcome of her run,
Okay.
I believe. So she's going to start from scratch, going to do the whole run over. And so I believe that's the final verdict, the final explanation. Not sure I did a great job explaining that, but she is going to get to go again. And obviously everybody will be watching her hand placement on the prism tilt.
That makes sense. With the retry system, if you were supposed to use a retry, like it's like lives in a video game. If you were supposed to lose a live early in the course, but you didn't get called on it, that means that you had that extra life for later that you weren't supposed to have, essentially. So it does make sense why she's getting a rerun.
Yeah, I guess the overall thinking is that it somewhat kind of invalidates her run just because things didn't get followed, as they were supposed to. So she is starting afresh, which I think from that standpoint then, Megan, she is not currently in third place. So that,
yeah,
I think she will have to earn that spot all over again.
Yeah, absolutely. So she is starting from scratch. She's got to do this course all over again. She's probably tired from doing it the first time, but it's been a while since she's run the course and she knows what it feels like now. So this could be an advantage for her.
Yeah, I mean, she was our very first runner. So she went first. We had all the rest of the competitors, and now she's going again. So she definitely has had plenty of rest. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how she's feeling from a conditioning standpoint.
Absolutely. And that call is really hard to make. Shout out to the refs at Motus, to the W&L for coming to that conclusion and making a call that they think is, best for everyone in the sport.
Well, so far she's looking just as strong as her first course run. Clearly right there, her hands were in the right spot.
Making sure she does not touch the side of that prism. And she is. This honestly might be a cleaner run than her first one. She knows how fast she needs to get to that 10th obstacle now, so she knows what to chase for first.
Yeah, well, again, the first time she went, she was the very first runner, so she didn't have anyone else to compare herself to. Now she's watched every single competitor, including the first place run from the other Riley. So yeah, she knows exactly what she needs to do.
Definitely has an advantage. She's running now into obstacle 7 and 8. A couple gimme obstacles here. All right. And she's currently 5 seconds behind our first place runner, though.
So it's going to be interesting to see what she does here. If you remember from Riley, who is in first place, she purposely did a big skip. Oh wait, am I ahead of myself? No, this is right. Yeah, she did a big skip dismount on this obstacle right here, even though she knew she was gonna step off of the landing platform, which would count as a first try on the next obstacle, just to get through it faster. But with the amount of time that Riley right now is spending, it looks like she is going for the clear.
It looks like she's got her coach over on the side there, telling her when to go. Looks like she's going to go for that skip. She's saving some energy there. Nice!
Oh.
That was so smart! Wow, doesn't use a retry. She definitely has been planning this course out. Wow, okay. But now she will have to clear this obstacle, Travis, in order to win.
Yeah, it all comes down to this right now. This is crazy.
She got back into that third place.
Oh, my
she's
goodness!
got it, Travis! She just needs the dismount. She's got to hold on.
Oh, no.
What happened?
I'm thinking she didn't make it to the landing platform, perhaps?
To me, it looks like she just let go. I'm really not sure. But that did put her back in third place again. So, you know, even if she can't clear this, she's still going to be in the place that she was before. Oh, my gosh.
Well, whatever happened there at the end, I was still super impressed. She made that grab.
Absolutely. Wow. Very dominant run, having to run this course twice, being the first runner and the last runner on our challenge course. But unfortunately, you know, that didn't change the results at all for our teen female, and that means that Riley Bishop was probably watching from the side, and she is still our teen female champion. Sayla still in second, and Riley Hunt still taking that third place spot.
Well, still huge congratulations. Like you said, after all that, no change in the top 3. So still, these ladies did a great job today. And for the second time, it was great to be a part of this.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you guys again for joining us. We've got more action later today, but for now, I'm Megan Budway, joined by Travis Rosen. And for the second time, we'll see you guys next time.